Let's switch gears for a second and let's talk about the white Elantra. When did you first learn that Moscow PD was looking for a white Hyundai Elantra in connection with the student murders?
So the murders occurred on November 13th. We received an email from Moscow Police Department as well as other law enforcement agencies here in this region on November 28th. So 15 days after the murders. And this is that same BOLO went out to the public December 7th. So it was between the murders and when it was sent out to the public. And we were asked that, well, they told us that there was a vehicle of interest that was a 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra. And they asked us not to share it with the public, but that if we found a vehicle that matched that description, to pass that information along to them.
Did anyone check the WSU video management system for a white Elantra once you knew that that was the vehicle being looked for?
No. For one, it's really, we have thousands of vehicles on campus, and it's difficult to determine the make and model of cars from our system. But what did happen was within 16 hours of receiving that BOLO, one of our officers checked our parking database for a white Hyundai Elantra, and he found a 2015 white Hyundai Elantra that was registered to Bryan Kohberger and found it at his graduate student housing apartment. And then that was on a graveyard shift. And then the next shift, on a day shift, one of our other officers was driving through campus and found that same white Hyundai Elantra at Bryan Kohberger's on-campus housing. The BOLO that we received had very specific information with the make and the model, the color, and the year parameters. The vehicle found by our officers belonging to Bryan Kohberger was a 2015, not a 2011 to 2013. So they just recorded the information. They didn't pass that information on to Moscow PD because it didn't meet the criteria they were asking for.
But even though the make and the body style, which are the most important two things, matched, why would the year make that big of a difference?
Well, they seem to be pretty certain about the year parameters. Otherwise, they wouldn't have provided those years. If they had just asked for a white Hyundai Elantra, definitely it would have been passed along.